So the Lakers came out with a win tonight, guys, with the score of 116 to 110 over the Dallas Mavericks. After pretty much being up the entire first half and dominating the game in the first half, they went into halftime with a double-digit lead. They came out and had a lackadaisical third quarter, and the Mavericks came back and took a double-digit lead themselves. And the Lakers came back in the fourth quarter with the small ball lineup. Shouts out to JJ Redick for changing up the lineup and taking both the centers of Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton and placing both of those guys on the bench for the fourth quarter and playing with a smaller lineup. And it came to work in the Lakers' advantage, and they came back to win this game with a final score of 116 to 110. In today's live stream, we're going to be talking about what the Lakers did in this game to propel themselves, to get themselves back on the winning track, what they can do moving forward so they won't blow games and they'll be able to stay in control the entirety of the game. What worked out in the lineup and what the Lakers possibly could target in the trade at the trade deadline as well. And the state of DeAndre Ayton's the state of DeAndre Ayton's play on the court and what he's going through mentally, it has to be a mental thing with the way he's playing right now, because the first 2 months of the season, DeAndre Ayton was beyond solid, especially for the contract he's on, $8 million a year. Former number one overall pick, very reliable around the rim, and just being just pretty much known for being a low motor guy. And if he does be involved in the offense, then you might be able to get a higher motor type player out of him. And that's the main problem for me with DeAndre Ayton. The last couple weeks, he's been too inconsistent when it comes to his motor. A couple games ago, he had a 25-13 game on 100% shooting. He's the first Lakers center in their history to do that since Shaquille O'Neal. Him and Shaquille O'Neal are the only Lakers to ever do that. And the last couple games, he's been extremely bad. Now, granted, he did get an eye injury a couple games ago. Maybe that's had something to do with it or affecting him or something. But I'm always of the belief of, if you're injured, you shouldn't be playing. So that's my whole entire thing about DeAndre Ayton right now. But it's looking like the Lakers, it's looking like Luka Doncic is fed up with him. Like at the end of the first half, DeAndre Ayton had a lob play from Luka Doncic. And even though it probably could have been a better pass by Luka, that still was definitely an obtainable lob that where DeAndre Ayton, if he would have caught the ball and just, tapped it and got a better attempt at the rim, I think he would have been able to convert him and score a bucket there. But he just didn't do it. And most of the game, he was just missing so many point blank shots. And that's been one of the better things about DeAndre Ayton. He's not a great defender. He's not a high motor player unless he's getting the ball and he's involved in the offense. But he's always been good around the rim. And he's been struggling with that the last couple games. And that's the problem. I was a fan of the signing in the summertime because of the contract they got him for and the obvious need at the center position that the Lakers needed coming into the season. But just in general, DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes have been solid throughout the season, but DeAndre Ayton the last couple weeks has been too inconsistent for my liking, and it's really starting to worry me because I'm thinking it's starting to become a mental thing with DeAndre Ayton. I don't even think at this point it's more of a physical thing. I think it's more of a mental thing where he's missing all these shots, and I think it's getting to his head. Hopefully he can snap out of it because obviously we need him to play good if we want to continue to win. And I don't think the center position needs to be a priority at the trade deadline unless they just find something like for Nick Claxton involved in a multi-team deal and they can bring back like Nick Claxton, another wing player or something like that. That's the only way I would prioritize a center trade before the trade deadline. That's the only way I would prioritize it, me personally. But it's just one of those things to where, Aiden is just, I think it's more of a mental thing than a physical thing over anything right now. And hopefully he can snap out of it soon. So Lakers get the win 116 to 110. Let me go ahead and hop into you guys' questions. What's good, Andy? Sam, what's good, bro? What's good with y'all? Oh, Nick Claxton is definitely better. Nick Claxton is definitely better, 100%. What's good, Red GG? But needs a trade by February 5th, not the summer or the season a punt. Yeah, for sure. This team can compete this season. This team can compete this season if you make the right moves. Now, obviously, with this current roster, obviously you're playing without Austin Reeves right now, who obviously was playing at an all-star level before he got injured on Christmas Day against the Houston Rockets. So obviously you're missing him. You're missing an all-star caliber player in Austin Reeves. He was going to make the all-star team before he got injured. Now he's most likely not going to make it, all right? But Good news from JJ Redick before the game tonight. He said that Austin Reeves could return by as soon as the Cleveland Cavaliers game. So I think that's a couple games down the line. So that's that's coming up really soon. So if he can get returned by that, that'd be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was expecting for Austin to come back after the All-Star break. I was expecting him to, come back after the All-Star break. But from the sounds of it, JJ Redick is saying he's supposed to come back during this road trip that they're on currently right now. And if that can happen, I think that'd be great. I don't think you really need to get Nick Claxton and Day'Ron Sharpe. I don't think you need to do that, bro, because you still have Jackson Hayes, and it really wouldn't make sense to get both of those guys. I think that you're better off just if you're gonna target a center, which is we already been knowing that. It's just like I think that people were giving the Lakers credit for the DeAndre Ayton signing because obviously Jackson Hayes is not a starting caliber center. Like, regardless of how bad DeAndre Ayton is playing right now, Jackson is still not a starting caliber center because we've seen it. He was unplayable last year in the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was unplayable. So we can't continuously say talk like, we can just get rid of Ayton. We got to get somebody back for him. If we're not going to have Ayton, we need to get somebody back for him. And the Nick Claxton would be perfect. Or Day'Ron Sharpe. I think you should target one of the other, or another center like Yves Missi or something like that for New Orleans. But it needs to be that type of center, like a high motor player that that their mindset is defense, protecting the rim, rebounding the ball, lob threat, not wanting to get the ball and wanting to be involved necessarily in the offense. Now, if you can make some shots around the rim and you got a nice touch around the rim and you can got a nice free throw touch and stuff like that, that's nice as well. That's great. But the preferred center for the Lakers needs to be a guy that's a lob threat, a guy that can protect the rim, and a guy that can preferably switch a little bit. And Nick Claxton is the perfect target if you're talking about that type of center. Nick Claxton is I made videos about this last year, but when the Lakers traded for Luka and they lost Anthony Davis, I made a video talking about Nick Claxton multiple times. Nick Claxton is the perfect target for this team to play alongside Luka Doncic because of the rim protection, because of the lob threat ability, and because of the switch ability as well. He's one of the better centers in the league when it comes to switching onto guards and standing in front of them and forcing tough shots. He's very, very nimble on his feet. He's a very, very switchable defender. And Nick Claxton, sooner or later, he's going to be talked about as like a defensive player of the year kind of player. Now, he probably won't win it because of Wemby and Chet and some of these other guys and Evan Mobley. But he's one of the better defensive centers in the entire NBA for sure. maybe there will be some type of 3-team deal involving like the Pacers and the Pacers and the Nets and the Lakers. Maybe it'll be something like that because I know or the Pelicans or something like that. Maybe what I'm saying, because I know they're interested in Ben Mathurin. I know the Pacers have had interest in DeAndre Ayton. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hop into the game right quick and kind of talk about what worked for the Lakers in today's game, for them coming back and things of that nature, and what worked for these guys in the first half. So like I said, guys, they won with a final score of 116-110. Let's go ahead and hop into the box score right quick. LeBron had a very, very mediocre first 3 quarters. It's just like LeBron was absolutely coasting the first 3 quarters. And in the fourth quarter, he turned it up. He turned it up defensively, especially, and he turned it up on offense. He was being more aggressive. He was finding guys all game when it comes to passing the ball. But 8 rebounds tonight from LeBron, 17 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He didn't force a lot of threes. 1 turnover, and the 1 turnover he had was pretty bad. I thought he actually had 2 turnovers. They must have took one away from him. But that's neither here nor there. 1 or 2 turnovers from Bron, you don't complain about that. If him and Luka are turning the ball over 1 or 2 times a game, it's not really that big of a deal, to be honest. Jake LaRavia, 13 points tonight, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds as well, and he had some extremely good defensive moments, and especially in the second half when the Lakers went small in the fourth quarter. Jake LaRavia had some very, very good defensive moments in the fourth quarter. Going vertical, making it tough on Cooper Flagg, making it tough on Max Christie, and Najee Marshall as well. So Marcus Smart, all these guys, the whole entire starting 5 other than Ayton, the whole entire starting five other than Aiden. Rui Hachimura was fantastic in the second half. He kind of made some momentum or game swinging type of shots that kind of propelled the Lakers to win the game. He made a and one 3-pointer that was a 4-point play. He knocked down another 3-pointer after that, so that was a quick 7 points from him right there. And he was very, very good defensively in the second half or in the fourth quarter because he was pretty much playing the five. They did not play a center in the fourth quarter. Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton did not play, and that's a great move by JJ Redick. JJ Redick going small. I think they did that last game too against the Clippers when they kind of made a comeback as well. So maybe that can be a formula for those guys. Maybe this can be a formula for the team. If they're playing bad and they're trying to come back, which a lot of teams when they're trying to come back, you want to play smaller and you want to play faster. And if you have a center on the court that's kind of clogging up the paint and not allowing you to play fast and you can switch everything on defense a little bit easier, that's a good move by JJ. And like I said, guys, I like JJ Redick, man. I'm a fan of JJ Redick. I think he's a pretty good coach under the circumstances of not having a very good roster, not playing with your stars for most of the season. Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves have only played 7 games together so far this season. They've only played 7.5, actually, because they played that first half of the Houston Rockets game and Austin got hurt and he didn't come back out in the second half. So they've only played 7.5 games together, or it's like 7 games together this season. And the Lakers are 5th in the Western Conference. So you really can't complain too much about this season so far. We all knew coming into the season, this roster wasn't great, but we knew we was going to be a top heavy team that had to try to keep our heads above water until the trade deadline, until you can try to go make some moves and really improve this roster and try to become a top tier contender, because this team was a 3rd seed in the Western Conference last year without a center, without a defensive-minded player. And I do think this team is a little bit better than the team last year after the trade deadline. But I still think obviously there's still room to grow and there's still room to improve, obviously. So, my boy Truck Star, bro, with the $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much. Can I put this up on the screen? How do I do that? Put user. I'm gonna make you a mod, bro. I'm gonna make you a mod, Truck. I don't know how to put super chats on the screen. Let me see. Viewer activity. Oh, maybe this is how I do it. I don't know how to put this shit on the screen, bro. Go to channel. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much, bro. I really do appreciate it. I don't know how to put the comment up on the screen. I wish I knew how to do that. I know you can do it. I usually stream on like Kick and Twitch and stuff like that. I've been doing that for years, but when I stream on YouTube, I don't know how to put the comments on the screen. Go to channel, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, remove as managed. Nah, bro. I don't know how to do that. I guess I'll have to figure it out. But Truck, I appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. Aiden Bonds gotta go for a defensive big. Well, yeah, we were talking about that earlier, bro. If the Lakers can somehow try to go trade for a guy like Nick Claxton, let me ask you this too, Truck. Do you think that the Lakers should prioritize the center position, or should the priority at the trade deadline still be a wing player? I think the priority still should be a wing or multiple wing caliber players, or defensive minded wings that can preferably shoot, or just better wing play, right? If you can go get Sadiq Bey and some of the other lower tier wings for like and not give up that much, and then you can go trade for a guy like Nick Claxton or something like that, I would be okay with that. But I still would prefer for you to go trade for a guy like Wiggins or Herb Jones or some of these other like great defensive minded wing players that can preferably shoot the ball, obviously, over a center. I really do think you can survive with Aiden if you have better wing play, if that makes sense. I just think that Aiden is in his own head right now. I'm not defending Aiden. What he did tonight and what he's done the last couple games, you can't defend that. I'm not defending that. But we've seen him play well with this team. We've seen him play very well with this team the first month and a half, 2 months of the season. He played well, bro. So I'm not saying that he can't come out of this right now, what he's going through or what he's playing like. But hopefully he can. I just think that the priority should be a defensive-minded player, like wing player. Yeah, I'll definitely learn how to do it, bro, for sure. I'm definitely gonna learn how to do it. It's kind of annoying me that I don't know how to do it now. It's annoying me that I can't do it now, to be honest. I'll figure it out though. I'll definitely figure it out. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, um, two more wings. We gonna be solid. Find someone cheap. Yeah, bro. Like I've made a lot of videos about some of the like the cheaper options. Chat. Let me tell y'all somebody I like right quick, and I'm gonna get to your comment in a second, Chuck. Let me tell y'all somebody I really like that probably wouldn't cost that much, and I know for sure they would come in and contribute right away, off the bench or whatever. Probably off the bench, most likely. Justin Champagnie, the brother of Julian Champagnie for the San Antonio Spurs. I absolutely love this kid's game. Look at what he did. Oh shit, my bad, y'all. Damn, I hit my desk. Look at what he did today. Look at what he did today. And this is with good defense too. Off the bench, 32 minutes, 15 points, 11 rebounds. 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, whatever. Three steals, 2 blocks. And this is against a very offensive, like a very talented offensive team in the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets are one of the better offensive teams in the league when it comes to just one-on-one play, good guard play, a very high caliber three-point shooting team. He was playing great defense on LaMelo Ball. He was playing great defense on Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, all these guys. When he was on the court, he was playing extremely well. He's been doing that all year, bro. And he is one of those type of players that I feel like you can probably go trade for. I've made videos and he's been included in them. I've talked about him multiple times. When it comes to paying for or trying to trade for like lower tier players, quote unquote, that wouldn't cost you that much, Justin Champagnie is at the top of my list. Like I would prefer him over Haywood Highsmith. I would prefer him over Terrence Mann. I would prefer him over Isaac Okoro. Like some of these other players, lower tier players we've been talking about that probably won't cost that much. I would 100% prefer Justin Champagnie over them. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. If not, go for the tier 1 wing. Yeah. If we can get a center like Claxton that can guard on the perimeter and a second tier wing is okay. Yeah, bro. I think you're right. Yo, Greatness, what's good, bro? Appreciate you checking out the channel, my guy. I appreciate that. Oh, wait, is this how you do it? Start a Q&A, start a poll. Okay, so, I can start a Q&A or I can start a poll. Show support for, let me see. I don't know how to put, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do that tonight. I am 100% going to do that tonight. Community moderation, timestamps, pop out chat. I'm going to figure it out tonight, chat, for when y'all do super chats and stuff like that so I can put it up on the screen, bro, because I really do appreciate y'all showing the love, man. I really want to take this serious, bro, and any type of support I can get, man, I absolutely appreciate it. Justin Champagnie would be solid. See, like Justin Champagnie, like you were saying, bro, like if we was to try to trade for a center like a Nick Claxton and you was to try to go trade for like a Justin Champagnie, which the Lakers have had pretty good relationships with the Wizards over the last couple years. They went and traded for Rui Hachimura with the Kendrick Nunn trade, and I feel like they won that trade. Obviously, you know, Kendrick Nunn is not even in the league no more. They did have to give up a lot of second round picks. But Rui Hachimura is one of the more important players to our team. And I like Rui. I wouldn't just trade Rui for nothing. I mean, he was one of the main reasons we came back and won tonight's game against the Mavericks. The second half in the fourth quarter, man, he played phenomenal, offensively and defensively. Once again, 2 straight games defensively, Rui Hachimura has showed that he has the potential to be a decent defender. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was protecting the rim tonight at times. He was going vertical and contesting shots, and he was standing in front of people. His shot making in the fourth quarter was huge. So if you're going to trade Rui, you need to get a clear upgrade for Rui Hachimura. I just would not include Rui in any type of trade package, right? I like Rui. And if you can't go out there and upgrade the position and get somebody clearly better than him, I would not trade him for nothing. I wouldn't. I like Rui. And I think he contributes to this team. And I think right now he's important to this team. For sure. He plays just like his brother. Bro, Marcus, bro. In the video I made, that's literally what I was saying, bro, when I was talking about Justin Champagnie. And Julian Champagnie was like, I can't remember who he played for before the Spurs, but I'm pretty sure he played for a team before the Spurs. I'm pretty sure he did. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Julian Champagnie played for a team before the Spurs. Let's see. Julian. I'm pretty sure he played for a team before the Spurs, but I don't think the Spurs were his first team. I don't think they were. Oh, okay. So his first season in the NBA, he played for the Sixers. And then he went to the Spurs. Okay. So, but he's just one of those players, bro. Like him and his brother, they play the exact same way. They're not gonna, well, I ain't gonna say they're not gonna score a ton of points because both of those guys are capable of going off any given night from the 3-point line. Because Justin has done the same thing as Julian. Julian had a game last month where against I think it was against the Knicks. He hit like 12 threes or 13 threes or something like that in the game. He's a very good 3-point shooter. This season, he's shooting almost 38% from the 3-point line. So 37% last year. So Justin Champagnie is shooting. Let's see, where's Justin? Let's see what Justin Champagnie is shooting. I know he's not statistically, he's not a great 3-point shooter this season. But he's a much better 3-point shooter than what he's been shooting this season. See, he shot 38% last year, and he played 62 games. That was a larger sample size. So I'm not going to over-exaggerate about this right here because he's a better 3-point shooter than this right here. And he would get so many open looks on his team. And then on top of that, he's just a hooper, bro. It just seems like big moments just don't, even though he plays for the Wizards, it just seems like big matchups, big moments, nothing phases him. I watch the Wizards all the time because I bet on that team all the time. And it seems like when he plays against like some of these other like tougher matchups that you would think that would be a little bit tougher or like some of these other stars, he guards those guys. He guards the best player on the other team when he gets in the game. He does a very solid job. He rebounds the ball very, very well to be a guard. And how tall is he? 6'6"? Yeah, he's 6'6", bro. And he rebounds the ball extremely well. Like, so just another like gritty player that you would be able to add to this team, bro. That plays defense and can knock down some shots. Obviously, you want two-way players, and he can do that. He can provide that for you, just like his brother can for the Spurs. You watch all basketball teams play? I know you know ball. Yeah, I watch all basketball teams, bro. I do, Marcus. I watch all teams. I don't just watch the Lakers. I watch all basketball teams, every single one. Got league pass and all that. I wanted Rui gone, but I'm starting to change my mind if he's our sixth man. Yeah, bro, exactly. Imagine bro, imagine if we can somehow keep Rui Hachimura and still trade for another wing caliber player. That report that I made a couple videos ago that Kevin O'Connell and Jake L. Fisher, they both reported the same thing on two different podcasts about what Rob Pelinka's plan is and what he's trying to do when he's trying to trade our 2031 first round pick that's highly protected. And he's trying to trade that pick for lower tier first round pick, like lower valued first round picks. He's trying to trade for multiple lower value first round picks. Now there's plenty of teams out there that have lower value first round picks. OKC, there's plenty of teams out there that have them, right? So if you can somehow do that, like the Suns did last year, if you can somehow do that and you can include some of those picks and some of these expiring contracts, you 100% can go out there and make some very good deals and very good moves. So for some of these players that can come in and contribute right away to this team and just make us a much better team. Hell yeah, same. Rui is one of our best shooters. We need him. Exactly, bro. He one of our best shooters, and he has value, bro. He really does because of his ability to shoot from the mid-range is very valuable. Like at the end of shot clocks and against smaller opponents. He's 6'8". He can shoot the ball. His ability to shot fake and regain his composure and shoot the ball well is very important too, bro. Like, we don't win tonight's game without Rui. We do not win tonight's game without Rui. I just don't think we do. Maybe we do, but I don't think we do because of his shot making. That 4-point play we had in the fourth quarter was huge. That was a huge shot from Rui Hachimura, you know? So yeah, man. Oh, you used to play? Been an NBA fan since '96. Okay. I'm 31, bro. But that's what's up though, man. I appreciate you, bro, because you always showing love to the channel, man. I love replying to your comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot of, you have a lot of, like, how can I say this? You have a lot of informative comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be informing me about stuff. Like when you were talking to me about Michael Porter Jr.'s knee. I know you were saying he's been having problems with his knee this season and stuff like that. But he's still been playing well the last couple of games. But when I talked about Michael Porter Jr. in that video, I wasn't necessarily saying like I prefer the Lakers to trade for him. I was just kind of just hypothetically saying like how he could help the Lakers. But Michael Porter Jr. definitely should not be the priority or the main target for the Lakers. It definitely should be like a guy like a Herb Jones type of player or Andrew Wiggins type of player. Those guys that can really, really defend the ball and can be that point of attack pit bull that we need that has good size and can shoot the ball as well. Not gonna lie, Marcus Smart been scoring for us, hitting the tray ball and hustle. Yeah, bro. Like I'll be watching some people, bro, and they think that Marcus Smart be doing too much with the ball. But the fact that JJ Redick has adapted, the fact that JJ Redick has kind of like adapted to, or had the team adapt to like Marcus Smart being more of an initiator and letting Luka and LeBron play off the ball and come off down screens and come off kind of like playing off the ball a little bit, using their size, getting downhill. I absolutely love that. Using Marcus Smart and playing with Luka and LeBron in the two-man game and getting LeBron into the post and posting up smaller guards and stuff and things of that nature. Marcus Smart has been able to play off the ball. He's been able to cut at the right time. Obviously, defensively, he's been very, very good. He's like leading the league in like charges and stuff like that. So, and tonight he was a major part of us coming back. He had a great strip on Cooper Flag on a fast break. That was a great defensive play. When he had that strip against Cooper Flag in transition, that is a very hard play to make, right? And he made it. And he made some very good plays in the fourth quarter. He's been good for us this season, man. So if Aiden hadn't had if DeAndre Aiden wasn't this bad like he's been the last like week and a half, up and down, he's had some good games, but he's had some very, very bad games, which outweighed his good games in my opinion. And Jake LaRavia's been good too. He's been solid, bro. So the front office, I'm not gonna say they deserve credit, but those were some good moves that they made during the offseason to kind of improve our team on the margins. But I still think that this team is like a piece or two away from like really contending for a championship, and hopefully they can make the right moves to propel this team to be a serious contender. You know what I'm saying? So your channel has potential. I like your content. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I'm really about to start taking it more serious and trying to be as consistent as possible. We got YouTube partner at the end of December, so I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to start uploading every single day. I know I mainly just upload about right now just like trade news and news about the Lakers and rumors and stuff like that, but I'm gonna do live streams after every game, and I'm gonna be as consistent as I can, bro. So I'm glad y'all enjoying the content. Oh, you said you 36? Okay, I got you. They need to make some moves. Yeah. The Lakers 100% need to make some moves. They 100% need to make some moves, and I think they will. I think they will make some moves. This team right now, I think we're 5th or 6th in the Western Conference. Let's look at the standings right quick. Chat. Actually, chat, y'all give me 1 second. Let me see how many points Bam Adebayo has. Oh man, I hope he scored. Oh my God, he covered. He got 26, so he covered. Let's go. All right. Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm into betting, bro. So y'all give me 1 second. All right, what was we looking at? All right, let's see the standings right quick. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to look at that right quick. Okay, so we are 5th in the Western Conference. We're 5th in the Western Conference. It's unfortunate for us last night that Detroit lost that game to Houston. Right now, we probably will be 4th. But we can control our own destiny. This team can definitely get to the 3rd seed. They can possibly. This team can still get to the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. We're only 3.5 games out of 2nd. So I mean, San Antonio is playing great though. Don't get me wrong. Denver somehow beat the Milwaukee the other night. If this team makes the right move, bro, this team can definitely make some noise in the Western Conference. Now Houston, obviously OKC is still the team to beat, even though they just lost the other night to the Indiana Pacers. But yeah, man, if they make the right moves at the trade deadline, y'all let me know, chat. Who is y'all preferred trade, like dream target? Who is the guy that y'all just want the Lakers to trade for? That one guy that y'all think if we trade for him at this trade deadline, it can really help our team. Who is that guy for y'all? Mine's is when it comes, I'm gonna name a lower tier target and I'm gonna name a higher tier target, right? And when I say higher tier, that means like you got to pay more for him, like a 1st round pick, multiple salaries. But my lower tier target, at least I think, is Ayo Dosunmu. I continuously talk about him. I continuously talk about Ayo Dosunmu for the Chicago Bulls. I love his game. Think he would fit in perfectly with this team off the bench, because even though this team does need a wing or multiple wing caliber players, he could still be a very good guard for our bench and come off the bench every single night and really provide us two-way production, because he's one of the better on-ball defenders in the league as a guard, and offensively he's improved so much every single year, and he's having a career year this season from the three-point line, from the field goal percentage wise, free throw percentage, passing the ball. He's a very good secondary playmaker, and I think he can be very, very good for our team. So Ayo Dosunmu is one of the guys I would prefer. DA gotta go. Yeah, I know, bro. We were talking about DA at the beginning of the video, bro. We were talking about DA at the beginning of the video, chat. And at this point, y'all, what do y'all think it is for him, bro? Because it's to a point where I'm like, bro, like, let me go back full screen for this one. It's to a point where I'm like, what really is the problem? The first month and a half of the season, DeAndre Ayton was playing phenomenal. And on the contract he was on, it's like, bro, we got an absolute steal. And the last week and a half, I know he had, like I said, he had the 25-13 game the other night against Toronto Raptors, which is a very good defensive team. And then the Clippers game, the Nuggets game, and now the Mavericks game, he looks like complete dog. He just looked like complete dog poop. So I don't know what it is. For me, it has to be mental, because the shots he's missing and the layups he's missing, it's just like he's in his own head. Even his mid-range jump shot that was almost automatic the first month and a half of the season, he can't make one. So what is going on with this dude, bro? I like Claxton a lot. Yeah, me too. Claxton and Terrence, man, bro, that would be such a good package, bro. That would be such a good package. They should not punt this season away. The right moves will have us challenging OKC and Denver. Bro, Mamba, I couldn't agree with you more. The right moves definitely can have us competing with some of these other teams. But we haven't even played healthy really all season. This team has not been healthy all year. Austin Reeves, Luka, and LeBron have only played 7 games together, and they're still 5th in the Western Conference. They are still 10 games over 500 when their best 3 players have not played only but 7 games this season. Out of 45 games. Out of 45 games, they've only played 7 together. And they are 10 games over 500. If this team makes the right moves, bro, they can compete. I'm not saying they're going to be the favorites. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the overwhelming favorites and just go ahead and give them the championship right now. I'm not saying that. But this team can 100% compete and make a playoff run if they make the right moves. But you get this team some good defensive wing players and maybe another shooter to come off the bench or something like that, like another 1 or 2 moves that can really propel this team, and you get them in the playoffs and you get Luka and LeBron trying to be the best players on the court, and Austin Reeves and some of these other guys stepping up and making timely shots and getting timely stops, but they can beat anybody. Just like 2021. Oh, I'm sorry, 2023. When they make the deep playoff run as a playing team. When they beat the Warriors, when they beat the Grizzlies as a 7 seed, and they were competing against the Nuggets until Nikola Jokic just started making all of the horse shots, and Michael Porter Jr. couldn't miss, and Jamal Murray turned into prime Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? Like he does every single time he plays the Lakers. Compete for a second round exit. If they make the right moves, I don't think there'll be a second round exit. Right now, because even though it was earlier in the season, the team that we lost to last year in the playoffs was the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? They're 2-0 against the Timberwolves this season. They beat them one time with Anthony Edwards, and their team was healthy, and our team wasn't because we didn't have LeBron. And then the second time, they went into Minnesota without Luka and without LeBron, even though the Minnesota Timberwolves did not have Anthony Edwards. They still had their whole team, everybody except for him, right? And they beat them as well in Minnesota with the Austin Reeves game winner. So they've beaten Minnesota twice this season when they just lost to them last year in the playoffs. Now, granted, I'm not saying that Minnesota is still a very good team, and they are playing a little bit better than what they were playing at the beginning of the season. But the Lakers, both times they played and beat Minnesota, they haven't been healthy. Both times. So, like I said, if you can surround our stars with the right pieces, they can compete with anyone. Anyone. They can compete with anyone. Now, will they be the favorite to win the championship? No, of course not. Of course not. But you get LeBron into a playoff setting and Luka and Austin Reeves, you get those guys into a playoff setting with the right pieces, I would love our chances. I would love our chances. Trade for Jared Allen. You know what? That I don't know what Jared Allen's contract looks like, but that might be a good move because the Cavaliers are they just in a weird spot to me. Like they have a very talented team. They can't stay healthy. They had the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference last year. They didn't make it to the finals. Probably because of health again. Darius Garland was injured and stuff like that, but still, you know. And they have this weird team build to where they have 2 bigs that are both good defensively. Evan Mobley is obviously the guy that you will want to keep. But Jared Allen is kind of the odd man out. I feel like some games they don't use him. Some games he's not effective. And some games he is. Some games he's effective. But I don't know. I would love Jared Allen on this team. I would love Jared Allen on our team. He is the type of center we need. Him, Nick Claxton, Yeez, Messi, even though, you know, Messi is not better than either one of those guys, but he's that prototype of center. Plays extremely hard on defense, plays extremely hard in general, extremely athletic, great lob threat, great shot blocker. That's what the Lakers really need. That is the preferred type or caliber center that the Lakers really need, right? That's the type of center they need. They don't really need a guy like Ayton. Now, Ayton, for the contract he's on and the production he's been giving us this season, overall, when you look at the totality of the season, he's been solid. You know, he's been trashed the last like 2 weeks. But the totality of the season, he's been solid, right? But he's still not the prototype of center the Lakers need, obviously. So that's the type of player that they need. Oh, he $5 million cheaper than Claxton. Okay, that's a good point, bro. I didn't know that. But I still think Claxton will be a little bit easier to get. And the reason why I say that is because it's already been reported by some guys. It's already been reported by, I forgot the reporter that said it. But I know he's a reporter for HP Basketball. And he said that the Lakers have been in communication with the Nets the last couple of years. And we already know that's true because of the Dorian Finney-Smith trade. The Dorian Finney-Smith trade the last couple, last year that when they made that around the beginning of January, that's already showing like truth to that report right there. So he said that they're targeting Nick Claxton or they're in on Michael Porter Jr. as well. I made a video about it a couple of days ago, the Michael Porter Jr. video I made. But I spoke about how if they are interested in Nick Claxton, they should try to trade for him as well. I would prefer Nick Claxton over a guy like Michael Porter Jr. though. I just think that you can really have Nick Claxton for the present and the future, and he can really be the center to grow alongside Luka Doncic and be that prototype of center that we're talking about. Like having him as your starter and then having Jackson Hayes as your backup, I think that'll be a very good center rotation. And Nick Claxton can switch on the guards as well, so that just make your defense so much better. You can't get both Michael Porter Jr. and Nick Claxton? I don't think so, bro. I don't think you can. I just think it'll be too much salary-wise. I don't think you can. And I don't think the Lakers will want to do that. I don't think they will want to get both of those guys. I think you have to strip so many guys, like strip your team down so much more. You might even have to trade like Austin Reeves or Rui Hachimura. I don't know if they really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have to look at the numbers, but I don't think you can contract-wise. And me personally, I wouldn't want to. I would prefer for them to go get, if you go get Claxton, I would prefer you go get somebody else like some of these other lower tier players, because you're probably going to have to give up multiple. You're definitely going to have to give up first round pick with Nick Claxton. So unless they do that one move to where, I made the video about it a couple of days ago, where they try to trade their top protected first round pick for some lesser value first round picks. So some of these other teams in the league, kind of like the Suns did last year when they traded their highly protected first round pick for some lower tier first round picks. So you can have multiple first. And you can maybe go out here and make a trade like that. But right now they only have one first round pick. So I don't think that the Nets would be willing to give up both of those guys for only one first round pick. Now, if you get multiple, they might be willing to do it. But I don't see them doing it. I just don't see it. I see people saying Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson wouldn't be bad either. Mitchell Robinson would be great. He would be great as well. Only problem with him is, bro, like he stays hurt a lot. And, bro, he is the worst free throw shooter in the league. Oh, my God. If he has to finish games, bro, and it's a close game, the other team is probably going to start, like, trying to foul him on purpose and making him go to the free throw line, bro. He cannot shoot free throws at all. Like, that's bad. It's bad. That's one of the worst. Now, he will have an impact on the game for sure. He's the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. He is the best offensive rebounder in the league, right? And he's a very good defender as well. So if we were to trade for him, I would love it. But That's what scares me. The free throw shooting and the injury history really does scare me when it comes to him. Yeah, you're right, Domo. You're right, bro. I don't know for sure if they're gonna have to include a first round pick, but I think the Nets just value Claxton so much more than the Hawks value Trae Young, if that makes sense. I just think that the Nets really value Claxton. I really do think they do. And obviously, bro, the Lakers tax is real as well, bro. Like, Lakers tax is 100% real. Like, I'm not a fan of Rob Pelinka, but I do think he has a harder time making trades because some teams probably, I think that they do like charge more for the Lakers preferred to some of these other teams. So I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure you're going to have to give up a first from Nick Claxton. I think you will. I don't know for sure, bro, but I think you probably will. Jared Allen for DeAndre Ayton. Oh, I would. Oh my God. Salary wise, they don't match up, so you would have to probably include some more of your a few other your expiring contracts. But I would do it in a second. I would do it in a millisecond. You know what I'm saying? Like, because on top of the fact of how bad DeAndre Ayton is playing the last couple of weeks, Jared Allen is the prototype of center that you really need on this team. Like we just said earlier, Jared Allen, Nick Claxton, Yves Missi, like those prototype centers, those are the caliber centers you need. Even if Jackson Hayes was better defensively, I think that he would be the starter. But he's just so inconsistent defensively, right? And he acts like he's absolutely scared to shoot the ball when he's at the rim too, bro. That makes me so mad when I watch him. He has way too much length and athleticism to not have better touch around the rim. He just has no skill at all, right? But that's neither here or there. It's just defensively, Jackson Hayes cannot play without his hands. He does it at times. He's just inconsistent with it, and I think that's the problem. But that type of center, Jackson Hayes would be the preferred or the realistic type of center that you would want on this team to start and to grow alongside Luka. I just don't think it's Jackson Hayes because of his inconsistencies and his shortcomings on the defensive side of the ball. He's shown that he can stay in front of the ball at times. He's shown that he can go vertical. He's shown that he can block shots, but he just hasn't shown it consistently. And I think that's the reason why he's not a starting caliber center. At least not right now. He's not. He's just not. Why not go for Capella? Oh, nah, Capella too old, bro. He's too old. Aiden is playing bad, bro, but I still would prefer Aiden over him. He's way too old. Too old. And he can barely jump off the ground anymore. That's why he doesn't. I know he's playing right now for the Rockets, and he's playing decent. But I still would prefer Aiden over him. I wouldn't give up Aiden for Clint Capella. And then Clint Capella is old as hell too, so it just really doesn't make no sense for Capella. I agree, DTG. I agree, bro. I agree. I think that Hayes is a very good backup center. Let me go back to showing y'all this screen right here instead of just keeping myself on there. But yeah, I'll go back to the box score too if y'all want. Let me go back to the box score. I know it's some more people coming in. As y'all coming in, guys, y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button, man. If y'all new to the channel, bro, appreciate you guys so much for watching today's live stream. But yeah, bro, I agree. I think that Jackson Hayes is solid as a backup. I don't think that he's a starting caliber center, but I do think that he's a solid backup. And I think if you were to get a guy like Jared Allen or a guy like Nick Claxton, I think that would make your center rotation even better. But I do think that the priority still needs to be a defensive-minded wing that can shoot the ball. I think that still needs to be the priority at the trade deadline. I don't think the priority should be a center. Excuse me. At least at this trade deadline. Unless they get a deal kind of similar to what they did a couple years ago with the D'Lo, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt type of trade, and they get like 3 players back. And they traded for Rui that season too, just earlier before the trade deadline. Excuse me. They made a trade for Rui as well. They got Mo Bamba too. Mo Bamba really didn't work out that much, but he was on a non-guaranteed contract, so it really didn't matter. It's like, let's kick the rocks and see if we can find someone Mo Bamba type of deal. That was the type of move that they made for Mo Bamba. But yeah, just in general, like I think that That's the type of move that I would prefer for our team to make. If they can make that type of move and get back multiple players that can be in the rotation and they really contribute to the team, I think that you would be in a great position to compete for a championship this year. Capella and Dyson Daniels, bro. Atlanta not trading Dyson Daniels. He top 5 best on ball defenders in the whole entire league. They not trading him. I just don't see it. He got too much value. I've been saying get rid of Aiden, but when he missed the lob dunk before halftime, I knew it was it. Bro, for me, DTG, when he missed that lob from LeBron, I felt like, hold up, chat. Let me turn my monitor off, turn it back on. Bro, when he missed that lob from LeBron right at the rim, I was like, oh no. Oh, I was in genuine shock. He didn't dunk it. He didn't dunk the ball. And then he grabbed it and did some like weird like flip at the rim, like with all this rotation on it. And he missed it. And I'm like, what is going on? Like I was really starting to worry about this dude. I'm like, bro, is there something wrong with him? Is he high, or is he like, did something happen in practice where he should be in concussion protocol? Like, bro, it was that bad. I'm like, it's no way he just missed that badly right there at the rim. The Luka lob before the halftime, that was bad too, but I feel like it could have been a little bit of a better pass from Luka. I feel like it was too high, but it still could have been he still could have made the play, right? I'm not saying that it's on Luka. It definitely was on DA, but I felt like the pass could have been a little bit better. But bro, like, Aiden, what happened? The first like month and a half of the season, he was going crazy. He was going insane. You know, he was playing well for his contract and the money we were paying him. What is wrong with my screen? Let me see something. But yeah. I forgot his name. He a little undersized, but can guard the perimeter better than DA. I don't know, man. Throw a first round pick, you might get him. Nah, bro. I just don't think we'll be. Hey, bro, if we can, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. I love Dyson Daniels, but he can't shoot though, bro. That's another thing about him, bro. Like, I don't think he's made he went on like a consecutive streak of like not making a three for like 14 straight games or something like that. So if you were to get Dyson Daniels, a lot of teams would just not respect his 3-point shot, and you would have another Jared Vanderbilt. So I don't want to trade a first round pick for a guy like that. Like, I would love Dyson Daniels, don't get me wrong, bro, but if we're gonna trade a first round pick, he needs to be a starting caliber player that can play both sides of the ball. Now, Dyson Daniels is one of the better defenders in the entire NBA, but he is not a good 3-point shooter at all. And we need two-way players. That's the problem with this team right now. We got too many one-way players. Dyson Daniels, he can do some things getting to the rim and stuff like that. He's a good passer. He's a good rebounder for his size. But, bro, I want you to be able to shoot the ball if you're going to be in the starting 5 and you're going to be my main point of attack defender. Dyson Daniels can't shoot, bro. So that's a problem with him, too. Yeah, Terrence Mann has good defense. The mobile big from Chicago, Jalen Smith. That's a Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith, bro. Jalen Smith. And I made a video about Jalen Smith and Ayo Dosunmu trade package, or like Kevin Huerter and Jalen Smith trade package. But the Bulls have a lot of good players, and I think they're going to be sellers at the deadline. Jalen Smith is a guy that I would 100% love on this team. Because y'all seen tonight in the fourth quarter, when the Lakers came back in the fourth quarter, the floor was spread. When they had no centers in the game, the floor was spread, bro. And if you have a guy that can switch on defense and can shoot the three like Jalen Smith can, and can rebound too, you know how dangerous that would be with a Luka Doncic lineup or a LeBron lineup, or these guys can get downhill. You know how dangerous that would be, bro. And then he can block shots as well. He averages like a block a game this season. He's not a great defender when it comes to protecting the rim, but he can block shots, so he gives you that versatility. And then he can play on the court with Jackson Hayes, or if you end up keeping Aiden, he can play on the court with him as well. So I would love that as well, man. That's a great point, bro. Jalen Smith. Wendell Carter would be good too, bro. Wendell Carter was actually one of my preferred like free agent targets for the Lakers. I think last year I wanted the Lakers to target him and try to go for him and possibly obtain Wendell Carter. I I think Wendell Carter would be a great fit with this team. But I don't think he's available. I don't, they just signed him to a contract extension like last offseason. I don't think the Magic are going to make Wendell Carter available. But I do think that the Bulls might make Jalen Smith available. And I think he is obtainable. I think they're going to be sellers at the deadline, bro. Their team is in a weird position. It's like they have these good nights. They beat the Celtics tonight. They have these good nights. We actually play against them next, too. So that's going to be another annoying game probably, Chet. That's going to be another annoying game probably. Yeah, I like Carter. I like Jalen Smith and I like Carter, bro. I like both of those guys. The Lakers definitely can make some moves, y'all, to improve this team. Would a Dalton Connect for Justin Champagnie work? Let's see, bro. Let's see Justin Champagnie. We was just talking about Justin Champagnie earlier too. We was just talking about him earlier. Let's see, contract. Cause Dalton is like making like $4 million or something like that. Okay, so he making yeah. So let's go to Spotrac right quick. But yeah, he not making that much money. He not making that much. So I think a Dalton Connect for him would work. Yeah, he's only yeah, bro. It would. Dalton Connect, and you probably would have to throw in like a second or something like that. Because of Dalton Connect's value is so low. But yeah, bro, I think that Justin Champagnie definitely will be obtainable, and he will be on your team for a couple more years, but he's only 24. He's only 24 years old, and he fits. He rebounds the ball, got good size, can shoot the ball. He plays defense. This is the type of player the Lakers need. They need two-way players. They need guys that want to go out there and run through a wall. They need guys that want to go out there and they're willing to play defense and do all the dirty work. Justin Champagnie does that, just like his brother Julian. He can contribute to this team just like Julian does to the Spurs. And I think Justin Champagnie will be a great fit for this team. And I hope the Lakers see that. And they've had good relationship with the Wizards. They've made trades with the Wizards, bro. So I can see them making that type of move. I hope they do, bro. Like I've talked about Justin Champagnie in the past. And I don't think he would take that much to get. Hey nigga, yeah, y'all not taking no one from the Spurs? Nah, this is Justin Champagnie. This is his brother. We're not trying. Look, he plays for the Wizards. We're not trying to take Julian. We're not trying to take Julian Champagnie. Julian Champagnie plays for the San Antonio Spurs. His twin brother Justin Champagnie plays for the Washington Wizards, and he is a very good player. They're like the same type of player, bro. They're like the same type of player, and they're like the same type of player, and he plays for the Wizards. He's with a bad team. Now, I don't know if the Wizards will be willing to trade him. He's 24 years old. So I don't know if the Wizards will be willing to trade him. But at the same time, like, he's very good. And he's a two-way player. He helps this team immediately if he comes in and plays for your team. This season he's averaging 7 points a game. He's shooting 31% from three. He's shooting 50% from the free throw line, from the field. And he's averaging 6 rebounds a game as well. But when you look at this season right here, he averaged about 9 points a game. He shot 51% from the field and 38% from three. This is more like him. And if he gets on our team, he'll get so many wide open looks. He can knock down threes, bro. Trust me. I watch this man play all the time. DA and Gabe minutes have to be replaced. OG Life. I completely agree, my boy. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. I could not agree more, bro. 100%. 100%. They minutes need to be replaced. Well, you know what? I would say for Gabe Vincent, his minutes definitely need to be replaced. Gabe Vincent minutes definitely need to be replaced. And I'm hoping that the reason why I think he's still in the rotation right now is because they're trying to increase his trade value so they can get rid of him by the deadline. Because think about it, like, at least the way I think about it, if Gabe Vincent was just riding the bench right now, he would have no trade value at all. He wouldn't be able to go out there and do anything to increase his trade value. So I will say this. If Gabe Vincent is still if he's still on his team past the deadline, which would be a L, that would be bad for the Lakers. They need to try to find something for him. Something. They need to find something for him, bro. Or involve him in some type of trade. They need to get rid of him, right? But if somehow he's still on his roster past the deadline and he's in the rotation, that's when I'm gonna start getting mad. Because there will be no reason why at that point, if you couldn't trade him, that he's still in the rotation. Sign Kobe Buffkin back to a standard deal. He is better than Gabe Vincent. He plays defense. He doesn't get picked on the defensive side of the ball. And I think his offensive potential was much more higher, obviously, than Gabe Vincent. He contributes way better. When those little stints he played, when he did play defensively against the Hornets and stuff like that, I thought he was pretty good. So I would prefer a guy like Kobe Buffkin over Gabe Vincent. I just don't think they're doing it now because they're trying to increase his value just a tad. Like, they're trying to get as much as they can when it comes to his value, right? And if he doesn't play, I don't think they can really increase it that much. Man, you know what? Hey, Ronald, that's a good point, bro. Ronald, that's a good point. Because when Austin Reeves was playing with Aiden at the beginning of the season, he was playing his best. Their chemistry together was a lot better than what Luka's chemistry is with Aiden. It's like Austin has better chemistry with Aiden and Luka has better chemistry with Hayes. It's weird, but that's how it is. That's a good point though. Aiden was playing his best ball when Reeves was healthy. That is a very good point. That's a very good point. Unfortunately, Sam, it is, bro. But I just don't see a scenario where they don't make moves. I just don't see it. I think I'm going to say this right now, chat. And I don't have any sources or I don't have any confirmation or nothing like that. This is just a gut feeling. I think the Lakers are going to make a move by next weekend. By next weekend, I think the Lakers are going to make a move. I think they are. I don't know if that's going to be the big move or I just think they're going to make a move before like the deadline buzzer beater. I don't know if it's going to be a huge move. I don't know if it's going to be a smaller one, But similar to when they traded for Dorian Finney-Smith last year and when they traded for Rui Hachimura a couple years ago before they made their major trade at the deadline, I think they're going to do something like that. So I don't know for sure, but it's just a gut feeling. I think they're going to do something like that. I do. Bring back Malik Monk. He's not even getting minutes for Sacramento. Well, he has been the last couple of games, and I think Sacramento is trying to increase his trade value as well. But I would love Malik Monk back, bro. I would love Malik Monk back. I'm not giving up a first-round pick for him. I'm not giving up a first-round pick to anybody on the Kings. I know a lot of people, we were talking about Keon Ellis. He's getting DNPs right now, and reports have been saying like they want a first-round pick for a guy that's getting DNPs. He's got like 3 or 4 DNPs in a row. Like, he's not even playing, and you're trying to tell me that you want a first-round pick for him? You better kick rocks. You're not getting a first-round pick for that. I love for the Lakers to get Claxton. We need a big that can protect the rim and catch lobs. Coolio, bro, we were just talking about that, man, and I can't agree more, bro. I completely agree. Claxton would be the perfect fit for this team. I talked about it last year when the Lakers traded for Luka. When the Lakers traded for Luka last year, I talked about it. When the Lakers traded for Luka last year, I talked about it, bro. Claxton would have been the perfect fit for this team. I talked about Miles Turner. And now that Giannis, that's another thing we need to talk about, chat. Now that Giannis is probably, he might have low-key played his last game for the Bucks. When you look at it, when you really look at it, because with the way that team is playing, they might not be able to hold their head above water. They might miss the play-in. They might miss it. And when Giannis gets back healthy, why play him? If they're going to miss the play-in. Why play him, right? Unless he gets traded at the deadline. So I can really see the Bucks being sellers at the deadline. I can really see that. I can see the Bucks being sellers at the deadline and possibly trading Miles Turner or trading Bobby Portis. I would love Bobby Portis, and he don't cost that much either. He ain't a great defender, but he's a good positional defender. He's a good rebounder, and he can spread the floor very, very well. You can run offense through the post. I'm not saying that Bobby Portis should be your main trade target or nothing like that, but I do think a stretch big will really help this team. I think a stretch big will help this team as well. So I can see the Milwaukee Bucks being sellers at the deadline. Yeah, Coolio, bro. You're right. That's definitely the best asset when it comes to Gabe Vincent. That's definitely the best asset for sure. Gabe's value right now is a stale bag of chips and the trash can refuses to take it. Oh, that's crazy. Hey man, that is insane. That is insane, bro. Give me Miles or Giannis. I don't think we're gonna be able to get Giannis, bro. I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna be able to. But, bro, like, do we really want to trade for Giannis? Because look, and the reason why I say, hear me out. The reason why I'm saying it is Giannis has been getting hurt a lot the last couple years. And it's always non-contact injuries. We talk about Anthony Davis a lot. And I get it. I get why people talk about him all the time. I don't like it, but I get it. Right? But Giannis continues to get hurt on non-contact injuries. People aren't even touching him. He's getting hurt. And he's out 4 to 6 weeks. Are we really willing to trade an ascending star in Austin Reeves? Because Austin Reeves is going to have to be involved in that deal. The Bucks are not going to take nothing back from us unless Austin Reeves and probably Rui Hachimura is included in the deal, right? And like Giannis and Jokic are the only players that I would be willing to give Austin Reeves up for right now because, you know, that might be available, at least. Obviously, you know, Anthony Edwards, Wemby, but those guys aren't available. They're not going to be available no time soon. But Giannis and Jokic are like the only players that can possibly be available that I would be willing to give Austin Reeves up for. Do we really want to trade an ascending star in Austin Reeves the way he was playing before the injury, the all-star level he was at, for a guy that continues to get hurt the last couple years? He got hurt in the playoffs. He got hurt the year before that in the playoffs when he fell on his butt. He hurt his butt bone. He continues to hurt his calf twice this season so far. And now he's about to be out 4 to 6 weeks again. So, do we really want to say that? I mean, do we really want to trade for him? Bobby could be great for us off the bench, bro. Great. Energy, toughness, rebounding, no BS, complete grit. Got some great touch around the rim, can post up and score the ball, can shoot the 3 ball. He would get so many open looks on this team. He shoots over 40% from the 3-point line. So Bobby Portis would be great for this team. He would be really good for this team, bro. It's past 12. Yeah, Lakers have 12 days to make moves. Yeah, I mean, bro, they got time. I mean, they have time. They have time. They do. But I don't think time is a problem. I just think that, do you want to make a move? I mean, bro, it's only been one trade so far this season, which is weird. But we're almost in February, and it's only been one trade so far. There's only been one trade. That is so weird. So I think a lot of teams have been like kind of silent and not really making any type of movement because of the Giannis might request a trade, and then everybody would like load up their chips and try to be involved in that. But now that Giannis is out for 4 to 6 weeks, like I don't see him getting traded, bro. I just don't see it unless he gets traded and his other team is a playoff team and they can kind of do without him for a little bit until he gets healthy. I mean, I don't know. What's your ideal trade deadline for the Lakers? Ideally, bro, I would say, and that's crazy that you asked me this. I was gonna make a video about that tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and kind of spoil it for you guys. My ideal right now, at the top of my head, you need to try to trade your highly protected first round pick, which has been reported by multiple reporters that they're trying to do this. Their 2031 or 2032, whatever year they got their first round pick that's eligible to be traded. The 2031 or 2032 first round protected pick, they need to trade that one and try to trade that for some lesser valued first round picks, 2 or 3, right? So you trade your top 15 protected for like some lower tier, like 18 through 20 something first round pick. You try to get multiple of those. I would try to do that. And I would try to go get like a Herb Jones. I would try to go get a combination of Herb Jones and Sadiq Bey, right? Or I would try to go get Andrew Wiggins and Khalil Ware. You know, because Khalil Ware is still on his rookie deal, and he's, you know, it seems like the Miami Heat don't believe in him as much as some of these teams, some of the other teams around the league do. I think that you could possibly include DeAndre Ayton in a trade for them, or you know, something like that. I would definitely try to do something along those lines, or I would try to go get like a Ayo Dosunmu and Jalen Smith from the Chicago Bulls. I would try to do that and give up, some of those expiring contracts. I'm gonna talk about it more tomorrow once I do a little bit more research. But off the top of my head, bro, those are some of the moves that I would probably go for right now. I think we exclude Rui from all trade talks, at least for the rest of the season. Unless you are getting a clear upgrade. Oh, what am I looking at? I'm not even looking at the box score no more. My bad, y'all. But unless you are getting a clear upgrade for Rui Hachimura, bro, I wouldn't trade him. Unless, like, he's involved in, like, a Andrew Wiggins trade or something like that, which I don't see why. I would think that the Heat are trying to just get expiring contracts and picks instead of getting Rui Hachimura. But if you can go trade for a Herb Jones caliber player and keep Rui Hachimura coming off the bench, this team would definitely be a lot better. Because I love Rui coming off the bench. And if you would have a more dependable wing caliber player and then Jake LaRavia coming off the bench as well, like, that would be deadly. Because Jake has been very, very solid the last, like, couple months. He's been very solid. Defensively, especially. So, if you can have that type of depth, bro, that's the type of depth you need in order to win a championship. That's the type of depth you need, right? Oh, my God. I love Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey would be... Man, I love Sadiq Bey, man. Contract isn't crazy. You said, no, I'm saying, give me Miles Turner. You said, no, I'm saying the Spurs. Giannis might as well call a trade request, bro. Like, you can see him. He didn't want to be there. I think he was hurt yesterday. I think he was hurt. I don't think he was healthy. Giannis, that ain't Giannis, bro. Just not playing hard and giving up on the team. That's not Giannis. I don't see Giannis doing it. I just think he wasn't healthy. And he probably should have went to go sit down when he was kind of like walking across half court and stuff like that. Because come to find out, he messed his calf up. So he might have been kind of feeling something a little bit, and then it just gave out on him. He might have strained it. Yeah, Rui isn't expiring unless they want to extend him, which they have until like June 30th or like something like that. They have up until that time frame to like make a decision if they're gonna want to trade him or extend him or let him go. But losing Rui Hachimura for nothing would be Alex Caruso-esque. Just losing him in free agency, that would be very, very bad. Just like it was when the Lakers chose Taylor Horton Tucker over Alex Caruso, that would be just as bad. Just losing Rui for nothing. Now, losing Dorian Finney-Smith and replacing him with Aiden and LaRavia, that was the better move. But losing Rui for nothing would be horrible for the Lakers. So they have to make a decision. And I would prefer for them to try to make a trade for a guy and bring Rui back on like a team-friendly deal. I would prefer that. And he continues to be one of the core pieces for this team. I like Rui, bro. He can have those moments to where he acts like he just lost on defense. But the last couple games, man, since he's been coming off the bench, bro, it seems like that's lit a fire under him. Like when he made those shots tonight, you see him yelling at the crowd and screaming. I love that. I love that emotion, bro. When he plays with that intensity, he's a better player, right? So I like Rui. And unless you're getting a clear upgrade for him in a trade package that the other team wants him, I wouldn't trade him. I would definitely keep him. I'm keeping Rui over Spacehead Wiggins. The only reason why I'm including Wiggins, and Wiggins is really not a preferred player for me at this point. I would prefer Herb Jones or some of these other wing caliber players. But Wiggins is still a very good defender. Like what we want Rui to be defensively, that's what Andrew Wiggins already is. He's not the shooter that Rui is, though. He can knock down threes, but he can't shoot as well as Rui can. And then on top of that, we've seen Wiggins play lockdown defense on some of the better offensive players in the league when he's been healthy. The last couple of years, like when they won a championship with the Warriors in 2022, I think that was. He was their second best player and he was their best defender. He was clamping Jason Tatum. I mean, he had Jason Tatum in absolute hell. So if you can get that production from him on this team, oh my God. He's been good with the Heat so far this year too, bro. So you need a backup point guard as well. That's why I was talking about Ayo Dosunmu. When I was talking about Ayo Dosunmu earlier in the stream, that's my preferred like target. Like when it comes to the lower tier moves, obviously when we're talking about lower tier and higher tier moves, the lower tier moves, I don't think you would have to give up as much for Ayo Dosunmu because his contract is not that bad and he's coming off the bench for the Bulls. but he's playing so well this season. And he can be the backup point guard. He's a two-way player. He's a great defensive player. He's a good defensive player. And he's very good offensively, especially this season. He's having a career year this year. Shooting the 3-ball, scoring the ball, passing the ball, all career highs this season. So I would assume, and he's only, I think, how old is Ayo? He's only like 23 or something like that. He didn't play great tonight. 4 of 9 from the field, no assist, 4 of 9, 2 of 5 from 3. So I mean, that's not terrible. I thought he played worse than that. That's not terrible. Before the season, he's been great this year, bro. Look at his numbers. 38 games played this year, 26 minutes a game, 51% from the field as a 6'4" guard. He's 26 years old, so he's in the prime of his career now. Still young, right? 46% from 3. 46% from 3 on about 4 attempts a game. That's very good. 85% from the free throw line. Like all career highs, bro. Every number, every percentage, career high. Averaging 14 points a game as well. So this is the type of player that the Lakers need, bro, to be that backup point guard. And he can grow alongside Luka as well, bro. Like, I love Ayo Dosunmu, man. I'm keeping, already read that. Wiggins is valuable if you can get Ware or Jaime. Bro, if we get Khalil Ware, bro, if we get Khalil Ware and Wiggins in a deal somehow, I wanted Khalil Ware. A couple years ago when they drafted Connect, I wanted Khalil Ware, but I think he went the pick before Connect did. And I think if he was still there, I think the Lakers would have drafted him. I think they would have drafted him, and then you would have been able to move AD to the 4 because AD was still here, obviously. And then that would have made the Luka trade even better because you would have had Khalil Ware to step in and be your starting center, your future center. Khalil Ware is extremely talented. I don't know what's going on in Miami right now, but he started at the beginning of the season, he was on a tear. He has so much size and he blocks shots. He's a lob threat. He's everything you need him to be. He can even spread the floor a little bit. So I really like Drew Timme. I hope we are able to keep him. Yeah, I do too, Coolio. And I think they're gonna be able to. He's on a 2-way contract. So I can see a scenario where they sign him to a standard deal because he's playing rotational minutes. Now he only shot the ball one time tonight and it was an air ball. But I think overall what he's done since he came to this team, he's an NBA player. He can score in the post, he can pass, he can rebound. He did some good things. He does the dirty work as well. And he knows that I'm not the most talented guy. I'm not the most athletic guy. So he's gonna go out there and play hard. And he's gonna play to his strengths. And I like that about Drew Timme. So especially for now. You know, until we make some moves. So I definitely like Drew Timme, bro. I agree. So I think I'm going to call it there, though, chat. I think I'm going to call it there, man. I appreciate you guys so much for watching today's live stream, guys. I will have a video up tomorrow. So y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new, man, hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all so much. Drop a like on this live stream as well, bro, so some other people can see it. And, you know, we can get the channel out there more. But thank y'all so much, man, for watching today's live stream, guys. I will be back with a video tomorrow, and then we'll be back with a live stream on Monday after the game. We play the Chicago Bulls Monday night in Chicago. So love you guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching today's live stream. Y'all have a great night. And yeah, man, go Lakers. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.